What's up YouTube, Clayk here, and today I'm going to go over the new Final Fantasy Tactics event. I'm going to try to cover some of the math involved, how to actually do each of the tiers, advanced, pro. More I'm going to go over what elite, what you can do, but this will also pertain to the weaker ones. I'm going to go over like if you should farm pro or elite, what level you are currently in the game, and what you should be picking up from the mod king for all of those currency that you end up picking up out of these things. So let's get you ready for this event, because it's actually a pretty good event. Alright guys, let's get into the nitty-gritty of this event. It's a Final Fantasy Tactics event to go along with the banner they just showed us. It'll be going on for 2 weeks. In this quest, you're gonna collect Aura Sight, which is much like the mod cakes we got from the King Mogul quest before. You're gonna take those Aura Sights, you're gonna trade them in for items, just like we did before with the mod cake. Except for this time, we don't have to do any crafting, guys. You're gonna get the currency straight from the actual the vortex here. And this one's kind of a little different. You have explorations you can do, and then you have quests similar to story quests where you go through. There are so many battles, and you fight a boss at the end. That's how it's gonna be. So we're gonna go over each of the things you get in the beginner exploration. Once you finish that the first time, you're gonna get 100 lapis for the first time you finish that. In the beginner quest, you're going to get 10 Aura Sight shards, and remember, Aura Sight shards are the currency we're going to use to trade into King Mog for items. Then you go up to the intermediate exploration, you're getting 100 lapis for that. Then you're going to get there's a chest in there that will contain a recipe, and the chest in the intermediate will give you the recipe for the new shield that's coming down. I'll explain the shield later. The intermediate quest, when you complete that, you get an ancient stone, and an ancient stone is required to make that shield that you get the recipe for in the intermediate exploration. And because you need one ancient stone, you can only get one of those in a game, guys. So these two exclusive equipments that you can get, you can only make one of each with the recipes. You move on down, you go to the advanced exploration, okay? In the advanced exploration, when you finish that, you're going to get 100 lapis. Then you're going to get the recipe for the new katana that just came out. Doing the advanced quest when the first time will give you the bug roast ore, which is used to make the katana in the recipe, okay, guys? You do the pro quest, you're going to get 50 of the currency, and then if you do the elite quest, you're gonna get 100. And remember, these guys are the first clear bonuses. Obviously, you'll get more of that for just actually doing the quest. These are just a bonus you get for clearing it the first time. If we go on down again, the Aura Sight will be exchanged into the Mod King, much like the Mod Cakes, to get items. We'll go over all the items you can get and which ones I think you should get later on in the video. The event runs for 2 weeks till the 14th of October. Now, these are the two exclusive event items you can craft. We have the shield that's plus 36 defense and undead killer. I do not think you should waste your time on this personally. If you end up getting everything else you want from the Mod King and you have time to buy these materials, sure, go ahead. However, I don't think that that's what you should be looking to do. I think you should be more concerned with this Charita Auden, which is a katana which almost rivals the awesome katana, the Sakura Fubuki from the Miyuki TM. So this is going to be great for your Chizuru. Maybe if you did pull lightning, put it on your lightning. Anybody that can hold a katana, it's 80 attack, pretty damn strong with fire element. It's awesome. Moving on down, accessing the dungeon. You got to go in the vortex to do this dungeon. As far as the recipes and things like that, guys, you will, like I said, you will get the one material you'll need to make these from completing them for the first time bonus. Then the rest of the mats will be bought from the Moogle King to make these. You can see here up on my screen, I have the event runs 2 weeks. We'll go with numbers here. The Mod King has rare summon tickets. It's going to take you 6,200 of the Aura Sight to get that. We have Star Quartz. You can get all of them for 1,100 Aura Sight. The Churaden, the new weapon from here, the new blade, you can get for 3,700 Aura Sight. So you're going to need to buy all the materials. That'll cost you 3,700. And now going into 6-star awakening, these materials will be used for almost every 6-star awakening unit that comes out. Okay, they share a lot of the same. There's just one that changes. It's like Calamity Gem in the Calamity Book or something like that. That will change, and sometimes there are other different materials change. But I do believe there are only 6. Currently 6 materials that use, and every unit uses 5 when they do awaken. So farming this is good even if you don't have 6 stars right now. If let's say you have Cecil or a Warrior of Light, things like that, and down the road that will also get a 6-star, you can start pulling them in now, getting them ready. But to get one full batch for a 6-star awakening material bundle, essentially to make one go from a 5-star to a 6-star, you're gonna need 8,000 Aura Sight, which is a lot. Moving on down, it's not the advanced version. I have that written wrong there. It is the pro version, not the advanced version. When you complete that, the pro quest, it's going to give you 40 to 60 Aura Sight when you complete that, upon completion from like the enemies and the bosses. When you get done, you're going to get 40 to 60 Aura Sight, okay? And then the elite version, you get 80 to 100 Aura Sight. So as you can see, guys, this is going to be a grind. Think about it. If you only get 80 to 100 from the elite version and you need 8,000 just to awaken a 6-star, that's going to be a lot of grinding. And then on top of that, you want to get everything else, you're going to have to put a lot of work into this. But I do believe this will be more fun than the Mod Cake event, and I'm gonna go over here in a minute. I'm gonna go over all the items I think you should get from the Mod King this time around, and then I'm gonna discuss how you can beat the elite stages and the pro stages, things like that, and give you guys a little bit more tips on that. So let's move on to that stuff. Okay, guys, now we're gonna go over what the King Mog can give us for an exchange, and I'll go over what I think you should prioritize, things like that. So if you look at Fairy's Writ, Rainbow Bloom, Calamity Gem, Prismatic Horn, Calamity's Writ, Divine Crystal, okay, these are the 160 Alcarite each, the of the currency. Those are the 6-star awakening materials, and if you notice, 1 2 3 4 5 6, like I said, there are 6 different ones. Each unit will use 5 of those, okay, like 5 in combination. So some people may use Calamity Gem, some people may, instead of using Calamity Gem, use Calamity Writ, example, the mix and match. So like I said, in the future, you guys can buy these up in order to go ahead and level up your, like, say you have a Cecil at 5-star. When Cecil's 6-star drops, you can already have these in the bank. I will tell you that the only way to get 6-star materials are from events like these where you traded in King Mog, or they may be added to the Mage. Remember how we did the Maze before? They may be added in there. So you will be able to get these in the future. It's not like they're going to go away after this event, but you can only get them during when events run. And I've heard that maybe this event's a little bit more tough on you, a little bit more grindy to get the 6-star materials. So maybe you don't have a 6-star unit yet that can go to 6-star. I mean, you may look to not grind as hard on this because I think it gets easier in the future, but again, that's taking other people's word for it. I can't say that because global may be different. Scrolling on down, you can see here that you have the materials to make the katana and the shield. Again, I would skip the shield and go straight for the katana, so buy those up here. You can get the star quartz, which are great to get. Obviously, you can get the earrings from the Fat Chocobo. Now there's a second Fat Chocobo shop. The earrings giving you 20% magic are better than hero rings for your mages. Bam, buy them star quartz up. Rare summon tickets. Obviously, you guys, these are like your #1 priority if you don't have a 6-star base unit, like a 5-star unit that can turn into a 6-star. Rare summon tickets. This game is all about summoning, getting those great units. Definitely pick up the rare summon tickets. Get the star quartz. Now we're gonna move on down here to something maybe you guys didn't know about, but there are specific materia that you can buy from this guy, and I think in the future it'll be the same way for the Mod King events that only go for certain characters. So for example, when Ramza is released, which I think will be next week, you can buy Second Wind for Ramza, boost attack and magic for 1 ally. Now, do I think that's pretty good? No, I wouldn't waste my money on that one. So Second Wind, even if you do pull Ramza, I wouldn't worry about the Second Wind because it only boosts 1 character for 1 ally. You don't really want to be messing with that, as we have Cheer, things like that. Crush Armor. Now, for the people that were lucky enough to pull Delita, this is a great skill. You may want to invest in this. Now, if you see, it's 6,000 of the currency, so that's a lot. But if you read it, deals damage to 1 enemy and reduces their defense and spirit. And it's going to be by 40%, I do believe. So full break breaks it down by 30%. This right here is going to break your defense and spirit down by 40%. It combines its 2 breaks into 1 move. Great if you have Delita and you're going to use them in the future. I'd pick that one up. Medicate, no, and Stone Throw, no. So the only ones out of any of these you would get would be Crush Armor, and that's if you pull Delita. I would pick up the Crush Armor. Other than that, the other ones don't look too great to me. So as you can see, pick up Crush Armor if you get Delita. And then get the rare summon tickets. I'd do those first. Get star quartz. Get the materials for the blade because it's really strong. The katana. And then if you do have a 5-star, you can go ahead and rush that up. Get that 6-star. Get those mats. Grind them in. So that's how I think you should do with this. Now let's go into building a party to actually go into this event and beat it and take it down. Okay, guys. The one thing I will say is that this event is can kind of be cheesed in a way. I know a lot of people may take offense to that. That's called cheesing it, but I do believe so. That if you can just chain Blizzard, essentially, this is how this event's going to work, okay? So every person you run into is going to have a Blizzard, they're going to be weak to Blizzard in a way, okay? So what you want to do is you want to build a Mage team for this event and chain Blizzard, Blizzaga, Blizzara, chain all that together, okay? So if you look at my team I have right here, I have Lightning, I have Lena, I have Van, and then I have Kefka and Exdeath. I could actually replace Lena with another mage and would make it stronger. If you guys don't have these units, you can think about using units like Tella, Celeste, anybody that can use the magic Terra, anybody that can use Blizzard, Blizzara, Blizzaga, things like that you want on your team. And when you go into the matches here, you want to be for sure to take a mage friend with you, in my opinion, and that will help you go with this a lot faster. I will show you a run that I do on the elite version to show you guys how to chain, what to do, things like that. But again, you want to build a party that is based around mage that can use Blizzaga and chain that together. If you guys don't know what a chain is, I'll show you in the rest of the video. Also, Vivi is pretty strong here, which you guys might think is a joke. I did it first. Vivi has dual cast automatically, and he just helps your chains, okay? So Vivi, you can dual cast his, it might not be as strong, but you're chaining up. The more you chain, the more damage you do, okay, guys? So those are my pointers. Make a mage team, make it the best you can, and then walk in there and let's do this. Let's go over how to beat elite in this dungeon. Okay, guys, here we are at the beginning of the dungeon. As you can see, I've taken a Kefka friend. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to elemental chain to do more damage to take these guys out. And what that means is you cast an ability that has the same element of another ability from another person, hitting the person at the same time. I know it's kind of confusing. Maybe I didn't explain that right. So I'm going to use Blizzaga into Blizzaga, and you have to time it close together, and it will do a thing called an elemental chain. What that does is increases the damage, and the next person that uses an attack, their damage will be increased. So essentially, you want to set this up that the strongest mage is doing their Blizzaga last. So what I'm going to do here is, as you can see, there's an archer, and then you have this guy in the back, which is a knight. He will later become the third guy will later become a stronger person, right? He'll actually become a person from the game. So what I do is I have my Van full break him every turn. So I'm going to full break with Van. Lena's not going to do much. Then I'm going to go ahead and get up my Blizzaga. I'm going to chain him up, get him ready. Blizzaga, and what you want to do is you want to click these back to back to back. And again, my Kefka up here has the most magic, so I'm going to go from this all the way up to my Kefka, click them as fast as possible, and you guys will see how much damage it does, okay? Click, click, click. I might not have clicked that fast enough, but boom, hit him with Blizzaga. It's going to hit him, and it's going to hit him fast. And there, see the elemental chain? I'm going to do a lot of damage. Boom, they're all dead in one hit. And that's what you're going for here. Now, you need a team of, I think, magic over 250 is the average on your magic units, but that's okay. That's what you're shooting for. There are things to help with that. Now, see, this is actually a notable name here, so he might do something to me. So I'm always going to full break him to make sure he goes down, okay? We're going to full break here. Boom, and then we're going to do it again. I'll show you guys again. Blizzaga, and then Blizzaga. Obviously, if Lightning or Lena was another mage, I'll do Blizzaga, and it does a lot of damage, right? So click, 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 and then as you can see, it'll do the chains for you guys. It'll do a lot of damage, and this is the best way to beat this dungeon. And the reason Vivi works here is because he chains. So this guy lives with like no HP, right? Well, this is why I have these two people to take him out, okay? So they're gonna take him out. They're gonna boom, boom, boom. Obviously, you can be doing things like Barrage. You could be doing other abilities too to help boost your damage, but I'm just showing you what the three mages can do alone with using that. So then a big guy shows up here again, full break him. The reason I'm not casting focus over and over again is he does not have enough, MP to keep up with casting focus over and over again. So we say focus for the last fight, and we're gonna Blizzaga, and we'll just do it again. Click them as fast as possible. See what happens, guys. We want to chain. This game becomes chaining a lot. Chain will become important to boost your damage up. So there we go. All those chains together, that worked out. Knocked him out in one hit. And again, rinse and repeat, guys. You don't even need Van to full break. Essentially, let's say I had two more mages. Obviously, I'm not even using Lightning and Lena here to do damage. So essentially, they could be two more mages. You don't even need Van to full break. You could just be doing Blizzaga twice more, okay? But this is the team I like to run. This is how I'm feeling comfortable. Whatever makes you guys feel comfortable and it makes it easier for you, this is just how I like to do it. So, bada bing, bada boom, it's going to knock them out here again. We're just waiting until we get to the last boss here. Sometimes they live, and then I have my remaining Lightning or Lena finish them off, you know what I mean? So we have one more here, just going over the same stuff. I know it's kind of getting repetitive, but maybe it'll help somebody out there understand that how to do the chain. And it has to be the same. So, like, you can even chain, see, I'll show you guys this. You can even chain Lightnings or somebody else's other abilities. So for example, she has Frost Strike. That's going to chain because it's the same element. So boom, 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 Frost Strike. That's actually going to do chain with the elements, making the other elements stronger, making my elemental chain stronger. And so there you go. That'll knock that out. She's going to do it twice because she does have dual wield on her. And now we're going into the last boss. Something else you guys might not know is that certain weapons have elements on them, like the new katana you can get has the fire elements on them. And an auto attack with that will proc an elemental chain. So just remember that. Maybe you need to get the, there's a frost weapon out there that you can put on your carries, like your AD carries, things like that, your physical damage dealers, and that can help proc the chains too. So what I'm going to do now, this is what I do at the end. I do use focus now, and what focus does is boost my magic. So I'm going to boost my magic up. I'm going to go ahead and have Kefka do Blizzard just like I did before. The only difference here is instead of casting full break, we are casting, focus. And then I'm going to actually have Lightning do this move, which is Area Blast. So here you want to use another AoE move. For you, it'll probably be another mage. For me, it's Area Blast. So I'm using focus. Go ahead and boost up my magic. Then I'm clicking this really quick to make sure it elemental chains. Guys, you want to knock these out in one hit. This event's really hard, the elite part. If they get a chance to hit you, to hurt you, things like that, they can confuse your units, silence them, and they do a lot of damage, guys. So you want to do your best to chain them up and knock them out in one hit. And that's essentially how you do this part of the elite, the elite questing. And as you can see afterwards, we'll see how much Aura Sight we get from this event. So we're going to go down. And we get 800 rank experience, which is pretty good. And then we move on over, and we get 91 aura sight. So not the highest roll we could get, but pretty decent, and that's my whole explanation. You guys can take Vivi, you can take Celeste. Chaining elemental damage is the best. You're not looking to survive here, really, in my opinion. You're looking to do as much damage as possible and just destroy them in one hit so they don't have a chance to swing back. So if your units aren't really defense heavy, that's fine, because you just want to kill them as fast as possible. Don't give them a chance to come back on you. And so that's how I think you guys should be taking on elite, the elite quest. Alright guys, to summarize, this event is pretty good. I'm enjoying it quite a lot. It is a lot of grinding, guys. It is a lot of grinding, but you guys can do it. For people out there who can't do the elite version, even with that strategy, don't worry about doing pro. You can still get all of the aura sight you need. You just gotta grind it out a little bit harder. On top of that, pro is actually better for rank experience. So think about this. For you get 65 per energy use, per energy for your rank experience that you get in pro version. So it's actually better for rank experience to do pro version over the 53 per energy spent in the elite version. So even if you're doing pro version, you're actually ranking up faster than you would be doing in the elite version. You're just getting a little bit less of aura sight. So remember that, guys. Don't be too upset if you can only do pro version. It's all right. You guys will get there eventually, and you're ranking up faster to give you more energy to use. Other things I can cover is that the explorations in this event, those nodes that you can farm, the exploration nodes, they gave you a ton of Mega Crystal and Mega Sight, okay? That's awesome. Like, if you need some Mega Sight to level up your new Diablos like I do, go in there and grind there. That's amazing. That's an awesome place to do it, guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope I covered everything you guys might be thinking about. If I missed anything, comment below. I'll try to answer you. Give it a thumbs up if it helped you. And if you liked this video, and subscribe for future guides coming out later on. And I hope you guys have a great time summoning on this and have a great time with the event. We'll catch you next time. See ya.